I saw black spots on the trees. I was wondering what sort of disease is this. Gowon speaks. Good day, my dear listeners. Here is former Nigerian head of state, General Yakubu Gowon, talking of the civil war. Says he saw a black spot on the trees. Then he wondered what sort of disease is that. Moving on to the full details. Kindly please ensure you like, subscribe to this channel and share. And please stay tuned as I read today's news. Former Nigerian head of state General Yakubu Gowon has shared a surprising discovery he got after the civil war about the actual cause of Igbo death during the conflict. The retired general reviewed his findings during an Arise TV interview, describing observations he made while visiting the former Biafran territory. Gowon explained how bullet marks on the trees led to his revelation about casualty patterns. In the end, reality, a lot of people were not killed by gunshots. Right, and I knew that through all the palm trees that I saw when I went to that part of the country. I saw all those black spots on the trees. I was wondering what sort of disease is this on those trees, Gowon recounted. He described learning the true nature of these marks from local residents. And someone said, no, those are bullet marks. So most of the bullets were more on the field, not on people, the former head of state explained. Gowon also addressed allegations about food deprivation during the war, claiming the Nigerian government attempted to provide humanitarian aid. He argued that Biafran leader, late General Chukwuemeka Ojukwu, rejected federal assistance due to poisoning fears. And then while we try to talk about the question of feeding, the people, for example, we used to allow aid to come, but we said let it come to Nigeria and let it be inspected by the international people, but the other side will refuse. So what can you do? Gowon asked. The former military leader detailed specific attempts to deliver food supplies to Biafran territories. We also arranged for food to be able to be taken to them, but the other side, Ojukwu, will say no, because he believes that Nigeria is going to poison the food, he stated. Gowon emphasized that the conflict was not specifically targeted against Igbo people. He revealed that he issued conduct guidelines to Nigerian soldiers to protect civilians, particularly women and children. The former head of state lamented what he described as propaganda campaigns against the Nigerian government during the war. According to Gowon, despite sending police to reassure communities, public opinion remained firmly opposed to federal forces due to widespread misinformation. My dear listeners, now we have come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, I remember the time I said, and I quote, that the literal has been spelt ever since its existence. But no doubt, the retired General Gowon Yakubu is one of those people that brought Nigeria to this kind of situations we are today. This is a very shameless trying to defend all the evils he committed. That means his sons are all forgivable. Very irrepentant killer. He didn't see the buildings riddled with bullets. He didn't see buildings brought down by jet fighters' bombers, only trees or leaves with bullet wounds. He wouldn't see Biafrans lying helplessly at Oji Rehabilitation Center, only leaves with wound, which the children died in millions. When your bullets poison leaves, and they at it and died, who killed them? Then what did you do to save the children on sick bay, who would have been saved by the federal government? The federal government had came in, very shameful at your age. I think you should have been remorseful. Well, God is in control. My dear listeners, now moving on to the comment section. The first comment here says, I am 64 years old, but during the Civil War, I was about 7 to 8 years old. And then four of us were going to stream to fetch water, and these fighter jets seen us and came down so close that we saw the pilot, and behold, at our front, all the bush and trees, there is rain of bullets. These bullets are supposed to be for us, but he missed his target. And the response to that says, okay, can you imagine that? And he's saying that it meant well for the civilians, as he was stopped by Ojukwu not to bring food to our people for the fear of poisoning the foods. Another comment here says, Yakubu Gowon, he's been economical with the truth, but about the abandoned properties policy, the 20 euro gifted to all adult Biafrans after the war. My dear listeners, now we have come to the end of our today's news. Please do drop by at the comment